In any economy, it's good to control costs. However, in a bad economy, it is essential. And an issue that rarely hits the radar screen for most business owners is the incredible expense of wasted time, disorganization, and inefficiencies. Maybe you see it as a business owner, maybe you feel it yourself, but how much is it really costing you? Studies show that the average employee wastes more than 150 hours a year because of disorganization and lack of planning. Instead of following a plan, they react to however the day unfolds. They're not in control of their day is in control of them, and as a result they get less done and feel more and more frustration and waste more and more of your money. There are many different processes that you can implement in your company to make things more efficient, but one that is so simple and talked about so often is time management, or maybe a better name for that might be planning your day. We have an excellent time management system included in the Touchstone General Systems library. As usual, if you've not already added it to your Touchstone account, you'll need to download the process from the General Systems library. Click on the 4 Key Functions tab, click Guiding the Business, go to Add from Systems Library, and click on General Processes. Be sure to change your subfunction to Management if that is one of the subfunctions in your Touchstone application, and look for the system called Time Management. If this system is grayed out, it means you've already downloaded it into your Touchstone account. If the system is not grayed out, put a check in the box to the left of the system and then click Add. The system will be added to your Touchstone account. To begin, let's look at the system you just downloaded. Click on the system called Time Management in the Management subfunction area of your Touchstone application. The Time Management system includes 10 different process tools. I highly recommend reviewing the Daily Planning Work Plan as a way of understanding how to implement time management into your daily plan. This work plan will not only show you how to use the daily planning form, but it offers some very good and strategic advice on how to organize and control your day. There's an excellent work plan on handling and minimizing email and voicemail interruptions. I also recommend reading the uploaded file called Interruptions, the Big Hole in Your Day. This document really lands the concept and importance of organizing and taking control of your day. Have a look at the daily planning form. This is the format that I've created that works very well for me, and you're welcome to use it as is, or you can edit it to suit your specific needs. I've created this both as an uploaded file as well as a form that can be filled in directly in the Touchstone system. Remember that if you edit this uploaded file, you'll need to re-upload your edited file back into the Touchstone application, so the newly edited file will be the one that is addressed when you click on it. When I first launch into Touchstone, I come to my home screen. In our company's Touchstone application, I've set up time management as a public process so everyone can access the process. I use the time management system to help me plan and control my day, and I expect every one of my employees to use it as well. I'm going to click on Time Management from my home screen. Now I'm going to click on the form called the Daily Planner to access a blank copy of a daily planning form. The first thing I'm going to do is save this as a new blank form using today's date or tomorrow's date if I'm planning for tomorrow. Now I'm going to look at my appointment calendar in whatever system I'm using. Many of you probably use Outlook or ACT. Some of you might use paper systems like the Franklin Planner or the Covey system. You might even be using a desktop blotter. Here at Touchstone, we use Salesforce. I'm going to look at what it is that I've already got scheduled, appointments that I have in my calendar that are fixed and that I need to keep. I'm going to transfer or copy or enter those appointments from my appointment calendar onto my daily planning form. This step usually doesn't take longer than a minute or so. For example, tomorrow, I notice that I have an appointment with a client, Steve Albright, at 8:30. I have a sales meeting with my salespeople at 11. I have a lunch appointment with a new vendor, Jeff Goldberg, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. I have a webinar that I'm presenting at 2 p.m. and a one-on-one management meeting with one of my salespeople at 3 p.m. So now I look at my day and I see that I have some time after my meeting with Steve and before my sales meeting where I can address other tasks or make phone calls. I also have the space immediately after lunch before the webinar, and then at the end of the day after my management meeting, which will end at 4 o'clock. I'm going to look at my to-do list, or the tasks that I need to accomplish, and decide what are my 4 highest prioritized tasks, and then I'll list them in the high priority task section of the planning form. You'll notice that there are only 4 spaces in which to enter high priority tasks. This is intentional. The idea here is to look at exactly what it is that you have on your to-do list and pick 3 or 4. Put them on today's planning form and then get them accomplished. The typical to-do list will have 50 or 60 items or more on it. What happens when you have a moment in the day and you look at your extended to-do list to get something done? You look at your list and you pick the easiest thing or the thing you'll have the most enjoyable time doing. This is not a strategic decision. It's a reactive decision. So prior to the day starting, strategically pick 3 or 4 items from your to-do list and place them on your planning form. These are the things you intended to and will get done during the day. In my case, I have a quarterly sales report that's due to the president on Friday. That sales report typically takes me about 45 minutes to complete. I'm going to put it in as one of my high priorities to get accomplished today. I'll probably address that, though, at the end of the day. I have a proposal that I'm working on for a new prospect that is due sometime later this week. I need to put in some time on that project. I'll add that task here as well. I need to hire a new salesperson, so I need to review our recruiting and hiring system and prepare a new ad to post on the internet. I'll add that task here as well. And I think that's about all I will be able to accomplish today, given the number of appointments that are already scheduled on my calendar. Now I'm going to look at the highest priority phone calls that I need to make, and I'll list 5 high priority phone calls in the section marked High Priority Phone Calls. The same rules apply as with high priority tasks. It's also important to recognize how much time is available to you in the day to accomplish these tasks and complete these phone calls. If your day is completely filled with appointments, be realistic with how much time you'll be able to have for high priority tasks and phone calls. In a case like that, you might not add any tasks or phone calls to your form. There are some phone calls that I really need to complete. 3 prospects who attended a webinar yesterday who I need to contact today to see if they're ready to register for their Touchstone account. So I'll enter their names in here: Susan Cunningham, Bill Jenkins, and Frederick Albin. Occasionally, appointments on your calendar will be rescheduled or canceled. When those circumstances occur, you can get additional tasks or phone calls completed. These additional tasks and phone calls are entered into the next section called Other Phone Calls and Other Tasks. These are the phone calls and tasks that, in my opinion, I don't really have to have accomplished today, but if I do have some space available, I'll take care of them. Finally, I'll print the form. Now, you don't actually have to print the form. Because I'm more of a kinesthetic person, I like to print it and put it in a 3-ring binder. Then I have it in front of me during the day and I can write notes on it. I can check my voicemail, for example, and write my voicemail messages on it. And that's just my preference. Plenty of people using Touchstone never print this form. They simply access it and follow it in their own Touchstone account. When you're done, click on the control panel to go back to the home screen and begin using Touchstone for your other activities. That completes the system of the week for managing your time. As always, we are interested in your opinions and suggestions for other systems of the week. If you have questions on how to implement the time management system, please contact our technical support line at 707-522-6250. Thank you.